Hello, welcome back to your mat. Today we'll begin in seated. Sit nice and tall, shoulders back over the hips. And begin here connecting to your breath, starting that flow of a slow inhale deep into the belly and a slow, consistent exhale all the way out. Moving into cat and cow as you inhale, draw the chest forward, gaze up. And exhaling round through the back into cat, chin to chest. Inhale, open and lift. Exhale, bow forward. Again, inhale. Exhale. Moving into side bends now. You're going to place one hand on the floor out beside you. Reach the other hand up and over. Beautiful. As you inhale, rise up. Flowing immediately onto the other side, exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale into your deep side bend. Inhale up. And exhale over. Do one more time on each side. Good. Moving into a twist next. You're going to sit really tall here. Place one hand on the opposite knee and gently twist. Gazes over the back shoulder. And release. And switch sides. Good. Get nice and tall. Draw the belly in and find your twist. Excellent. Release and make your way into standing. We're going to begin by flowing with our feet hip width apart. Starting with the arms up high, nice big breath in. And as you exhale, draw the hands through midline, sitting back into the heels. Inhale, rise up, lift your gaze, lift your heart. Exhale, sit down deeply, weight back into the heels. Again, inhale, rise up. Exhale, sit back and down. Good, release. Grab hold of one of your blocks. You'll place it on the mat in a long way. Come to standing with one foot on the block. Place the other foot right next to it. Good, hands will be on the hips here. As you inhale, I want you to rise up and hold. Both feet right next to each other. Now reach that lifted leg out to the side and cross it behind you. As it crosses behind you, I want you to bend that standing knee just a little bit. Good, so inhale, open and kick. Exhale, draw it behind and bend your standing leg. Yes, continue on just like this. Take your time. If you need to move a little slower, that's perfectly fine here. Good, now we're going to pause with that leg out. Try to level the hips out as much as you can. Hold here and remember to breathe. Well done, release. Come all the way off the block. Place your palms facing forward at your side and just take just a breath or two here. Now we'll switch sides, so place the opposite foot on the block. Press into that foot so that the feet are even. And then reach the foot out and straight behind you, bending the standing leg. Inhale, we open, and exhale, cross it behind. Good. Again, moving nice and slow here, very controlled. Bending the standing leg only as you cross behind. This one you're going to hold out, level out the hips a little bit here. Stay lifted through the chest and breathe. Beautiful job. Release. Step down onto either side of your block. Take a moment here. Now we're going to widen the stance to a wide leg forward fold. So grab hold of both of your blocks here. Feet should be pointing straight ahead. Nice strong stance here. Draw the tailbone down and then hinge forward at the hips. Back is nice and long. Hands to the blocks. So the blocks are out in front of you, about a foot or more. Weight comes forward into the balls of the feet. As you inhale, you lift and lengthen. And exhale, perhaps you hinge a little bit more. Good, and then we'll walk our hands over to one side, moving into an extended side angle. So we'll start with Warrior Two feet here, lining up the front heel to the back arch. Front knee is bent. You're going to place that front elbow right on the knee there, or on the thigh rather, and reach the opposite hand straight up. And hold here and breathe. Notice there's a great deal of distance between the torso and the bent thigh. So we're not resting in that elbow. Using your core strength to keep the torso lifted. Good, now rise up into Warrior Two. So no change in the legs. Just moving the torso and reaching forward and back. Remember to breathe. Good, release, rise up, coming into a star pose. And now we hinge forward again, moving into our second wide leg forward fold. Nice long back here, weight slightly forward into the balls of the feet. Inhaling, I want you to lift your torso up, find more length, and exhale, take it down deeper. Yeah, now we'll work into the opposite side here. So walking your hands to the opposite leg, lining up heel to arch, elbow on the knee or thigh, and notice some distance here between the shoulders and the ears. So no collapsing whatsoever. Breathe. Beautiful job. Rising now into Warrior Two. Legs are exactly the same, simply lifting the torso. Relax your shoulders down your back and drop the navel up and in. Good. Release, coming into your star pose once again. Now this time we're going to go straight back into the other side. Legs are straight, moving into triangle pose. You're going to take your hands to your hips and pop that front hip back, sliding it towards the back heel. Notice a nice long torso here. Once again, no collapsing. Hold here and breathe. Now you have options. You can always take that top arm and lay it at your side if that feels better. You can gaze up, down, or straight ahead. Be careful not to lock out that front knee. Want to keep a little bit of a bend in there, just a tiny bit, so that we're not resting in that knee joint. Good, we're staying here for an extended time. And there we are, rise up. And now we'll switch straight into the other side. Lining up, heel to arch, hands to hips, pop the hip back, keeping nice and long through the torso. Notice the long straight lines. Now you can see that my hand is on my shin here, but I'm not resting into that hand. I'm giving a gentle push into the shin and pushing the shin gently back into my hand. Remember to breathe slowly and deeply here. Good, release. Well done. Now we're going to make our way down to the floor. Coming into a forearm plank. We're going to do 30 seconds just like we did in the last video, only this time we'll be doing knee drops. So you're going to come on into your plank, making sure the hips are slightly lower than shoulders, or at least in line, and then you'll drop one knee and then the other. Notice that when you do this, your whole body isn't moving up and down. Just your knees are bending and tapping the floor. Good. Remember to breathe here. Good. You're almost there. And you're all done. Moving straight into downward facing dog. So this is our only downward facing dog for this practice today. But we've already warmed up quite a bit, so hopefully your body is prepared and ready. Hands are shoulder width apart, feet hip width apart. Got a nice long stance here, creating that inverted V. Draw the navel up and in. Good. We're going to stay here a little bit longer than we have in the past. Yeah, let the neck hang. Pushing into your hands, drawing the chest back towards the thighs so the weight doesn't sit all in the shoulders here. Good. And release. Come on down to your knees. Grab hold of a block. And then you're going to lay all the way down onto your back for a supported bridge pose. One of my favorites for sure. So you'll bring your heels up towards your sits bones. Feet are hip width apart. Now I want you to press your low back into the mat as you curl the tailbone under and then begin to lift the hips up by pressing into the feet. And now you can place the block under the sacrum, so just above the meaty parts of the glutes. You've got that nice bone in there. It's a perfect spot for the block to sit so that you can rest your upper body on it. Walk the shoulders in, creating a little space for the neck so the neck isn't resting directly on the mat. And your only job here is to breathe. And of course, there are options here with the blocks. You can place it in any direction you'd like, depending on how intense or how low you would like it. And release. Go and remove the block out of your way. Take your arms out to the side like a T. Knees stay together, and now I want you to drop them to one side as you gaze to the opposite, and then switch. So just finding a little gentle twist here, side to side. And pull your knees in. Give yourself a little squeeze here. And you've done it. Go ahead and find your resting posture for this practice. Thank you so much. Namaste.